Welcome to the Peugeot 408 Hybrid and a series of videos where I tell you what it is like to live with one of these cars, because for the next few months this is essentially going to be my everyday drive. That's right, this isn't like a regular review where I have the car for a few days, make my impressions and hand it back. This is a much more in-depth look at what it's like to live with a Peugeot 408 Hybrid. As always with these videos, make sure you comment, ask questions, let us know about your experiences with the car, and check out our monthly written updates on the Parker's website. Honestly, it makes it way more interesting if we get the thoughts and opinions from a mix of owners, so do make sure you get in touch. But now, I want to start this video series with a confession. I don't have an electric car charger at home. I mean, I can't. I live several floors up in a block of flats, and nor do I have a public car charger which is close enough for me to drop the car off at and then walk back. It just wouldn't make sense. It's going to be a bit of an issue, I reckon, because as we know, plug-in hybrids don't work that well at all if you don't keep the battery topped up, because then you've got all of the hybrid technology that's been lugged around and there's none of the benefit. You may as well get the 1.2 litre petrol version. I do, however, have some things to help me. I've got a public car charger at work, and I've also got a charger outside my girlfriend's flat. But then work is actually about 100 miles from where I live. So if I charge it up at work and then I drive home, it's all going to be gone again. So this definitely will be a challenge. And what I'm really keen to find out is whether someone like me, who doesn't have a charger at home and who lives quite a long way from work and does big miles, can make the PHEV work. Or is it better just getting a regular petrol or a diesel that you can't get with this car? That's going to be really interesting. Before that though, let's take a closer look at the car itself. It's obviously the plug-in hybrid model, but it's the 180 horsepower variant rather than the top-end 225 horsepower version. Initial impressions suggest it's quick enough, but let's see how that ages in a few months. The spec is GT, which is the highest one you can get, and with this powertrain costs £44,850 without options, or about £600 a month over 3 years with a £4,345 deposit on 6.5% APR. Obviously though, this car has a few options fitted. I'm going to go through those now. So the first one is the Obsession Blue paint, which I think looks really good. It stands out and it's a bit different to everything else. And the really good bit about it is that it's a no-cost option, so you don't have to pay any extra to get this colour on the car. So big fan of that. I've also got the wireless smartphone charger. That's very useful, and it's only £100, so thumbs up there. I'm sure we'll approve of that in the next few months. The driver and passenger seat pack, now that is £1,100 extra, and what you get is the AGR nice comfortable seats, and on the driver's side it's 10-way electrically adjustable. On the passenger side I believe it's 6-way electrically adjustable, and you also get the seat heating and the massage function on both the driver and passenger side, but only the driver gets the memory function. But there you go, that's £1,100 extra, so quite a chunky outlay. The Drive Assist 2.0, that's £500 extra, and that includes the anticipated speed assist, so it tells you what the speed limit coming up is going to be. And it also has semi-autonomous lane changing assist, so we'll see if that's worth it. 7.4 kilowatt monophase charger, an extra £400. The 20-inch monolith diamond cut alloys, that's an extra £300. I quite like them, some people aren't so keen, but all of that adds up to being about £2,500 on top of the original price of this car. So quite a lot, and we're going to see how many of those options are worth it and how many of them I would cut, and actually if there are any that I'd rather we did have and we don't. So I'll give you that verdict in the next few months. So that's the options out the way. Before I sign off this video, I want to give some quick initial first impressions on the car. I really like the styling. I think it stands out. It gets a lot of attention. Plenty of people stop and have a look at this car and even actually want to have a chat about it. I like the amount of space that we've got. There's lots of space in the back, lots of space in the boot as well. Despite that sloping roofline, it makes it look like it might be impractical. It's not, it's very good. The handling is impressive. It's got a nice front end on the car. When I say that, I mean that it handles really tightly and you can nose it into corners and it feels very confidence inspiring. So a big fan of that. I do wish it had more range though, because this car with these wheels is supposed to have 38 miles of all electric range. And at the moment, all I'm seeing is 22 miles, which is a lot less. It's not too far off being half the amount that it should be. So that's worth keeping an eye on, and it might even be worth sending back to Peugeot to see if there's something wrong with it. And also there's a few annoying bugs that I've noticed with it. I can't get the app to work, and I've spoken to Peugeot Assist about it. They haven't got back to me, which is a bit disappointing. And the Apple CarPlay, it can crash sometimes and leave you without your CarPlay for an entire journey unless you turn the car off and start it on again. So that's a bit of a pain, and we'll keep an eye on it. But otherwise, I'm enjoying my first few weeks with the 408. If you want to see how I get on in the next few months, then make sure you keep an eye on the written reports on the parkers.co.uk website, and the link is in the description box below. And also keep an eye out for episode 2 in the next couple of months. Now don't forget to tell us what you think of the videos, ask any questions about the car you want, and also share your experience if you have a Peugeot 408. We would love to hear what you guys are thinking about the car.